Hey guys, what is going on? So I just recently installed custom firmware on my PSP 2000, and the tutorials I found online weren't actually really too helpful. They were really like all over the place, so I figured I would kind of redo them. And even though it's kind of like an older method, installing custom firmware, it could be useful to some of you guys to see a more thorough approach. So I'm going to try my best. I already have it installed on here, so now I won't be able to fully reinstall it, but I will show you how to do it step by step, and it's not going to be that hard. You want to make sure you're on version 6.61. If you're not, then there's going to be problems. So make sure you're updated to the latest version. So if you're updated and all that, you want to go down in the description, click on the first or second link. It should be a media file link. I'll just have PSP download files and you can just click that link. You want to download that zip file, okay? And then you want to unzip it. And once you unzip it, you'll have about 6 files. You want to drag those 6 files into the PSP game folder. So you want to connect the PSP to the computer through the USB and put it in USB mode. And you want to drag those 6 files into the folder under PSP and under game. You literally just want to extract and put them in, not too difficult. And once they're all transferred, you want to disconnect your PSP and go straight into the game folder, okay? So once you click game, you'll get into a folder like this, okay? You'll have all these little things in it. What you want to do is you want to find the one that says LME installer for 6.61, and you want to go ahead and click that and you want to open it. And once you see this, you'll see something like this, and you want to click X to install the modules. Now, I already have them installed, so I'm just going to click R, but what you want to do is you want to click X if you want to install them. Now, once you do that, your PSP will reboot and everything. You want to go ahead and go back into the game folder, and now you want to scroll down to 6.61 Infinity Firmware Builder, and you want to go ahead and just click X, and you'll see here, you'll see Build Hybrid Firmware. All you want to do is click X, and it'll go through the setup, and it'll take like a couple minutes for it to actually go through and build a firmware. And then once you're done with that, the PSP will reboot by itself and everything, and then we'll continue on with the next step. Now this next step requires you to go back into the computer, so you need to connect your PSP to your computer. Now again, this works on Mac or PC or whatever you're using. And you want to go into the folder that we made earlier, into the game folder, the PSP game folder. You want to double click on the maker folder. Within the maker folder, there will be a file called data.mfc. All you want to do is you want to transfer that data.mfc folder into the flasher folder. So it's in the same thing. So all you want to do is take that file and put it into the flasher folder. And then we're pretty much good to go. We don't need to connect our PSP to our computer anymore, and we're almost finished. So from there, you just want to disconnect your PSP and you want to go back into the game folder. And again, you can pause this whenever you want to. I know I'm kind of going fast, but it's kind of hard to keep track while whatever you guys are doing. And you want to click on LME launcher for 6.61. And this will take you into a whole nother thing, and we'll get to that in a second. And you want to go ahead, and this will go through by itself. You just want to let it, fully do what it's going to do. I've already done this, so it's just going to exit by itself. And it might not even look like it's working or doing anything, but this is a very important step. So you just want to make sure it's just running whatever it's doing. So once your PSP is fully rebooted, you want to click on the game folder one more time. You want to scroll down to 6.61 Infinity Firmware Flasher, which is this one right here, the one with the refresh kind of logo on it. You want to go ahead and just click that. And you'll come here, okay, you just want to go ahead and click Start. And then you'll come here and you'll just click, so read this if you want to. You want to click X to enter. I've already done this, so there's no point in doing it again. So in my case, I'm going to click O to cancel, but you want to click X, and then you'll come into a loading screen, and it'll take a couple minutes for it to load. So you can just pause this video and come back once you're done with it, but it'll just reboot by itself. And the next thing might freak you out a little bit because it freaked me out too, but just come back to this video once you're done with the loading screen. So once you're done with installing it, your console will reboot by itself, and you'll come into a weird screen with a bunch of weird stuff on it, and it might freak you out and it might look like your console's bricked, but don't worry, it'll be like Spanish stuff or something. All you want to do is click O, okay? So once you come into that screen, I'll try to put it up on the screen if I find it. You want to click O, okay? You don't want to click anything else, just click O. And now you want to go back to the game folder. You want to click LME installer one more time. And basically we're making this thing permanent, so it doesn't, go away once you reboot it, because this custom firmware will stay once, you reboot your device or whatever the case. So it'll just go ahead and just, install all that stuff again. You want to click X to install the modules. Since I've already installed it, I'm clicking R, but just click X in your case. And then once it's rebooted, you want to click the game folder one more time. Go down to LME launcher 6.61. Go ahead and click X, and it'll just do the whole entire thing over again. And in my case, it's already exiting, but in your case, it might show a little bit of a different thing, but it's really just different per person. So once it's rebooted, you want to go down the game folder again. We've used this game folder so many times. And you want to go down to Infinity Bootloader Configuration, which is this one right here. Just go ahead and click X. And you'll come into this cool thing. I actually like the way this looks. It's kind of like Zen-like. you want to just click the left arrow, okay? You want to hover over CFW by whatever, and you want to just click X, okay? So once you click X, you can just go back here, whatever, and look at this thing for like another couple minutes. But yeah, as long as that asterisk is right by that name, you're good to go. You can actually just go ahead and click home and quit the game. You want to say yes. And once your console reboots, you will have custom firmware, which is kind of weird to believe. Can you believe like back in the day, people had to like use the Pandora battery and all that stuff, and now we can do it without having to do any of that? So my PSP does have a bad battery problem, so sometimes that happens. Now, once it's rebooted, one way to tell if you do have custom firmware or not is to scroll down into settings. You want to go into system settings, wherever that is. You want to scroll down to system information, and if that infinity logo and it says LM 2.3, LME 2.3, and it has the infinity logo right there, you do have custom firmware, so you can do all those cool things, the emulators and PSP games and all that stuff. You can do that right there, as long as that does say what it says. And that's pretty much it. It's really not that hard of a tutorial. As long as you follow this step by step, you should be good. Make sure you do follow them step by step, because if you don't, you will have the possibility of breaking your console, which you don't want that to happen. So make sure you follow the steps step by step. If you guys have any questions or anything, leave it down in the comment section below. I'll be happy to help, maybe, but can you guys go down in the comment section too and answer some questions people might have? If I really did help you out though, you should definitely like this video, subscribe to the channel, and check out the links in the description. My merch just dropped. I can't show you on here. Actually, I probably could. These are my new shirts. It's kind of hard to see, but I have my logo right there for my channel, and it's a long sleeve. I think it looks pretty sick. That'll be down in the description so you guys can check that out. I'd really appreciate it if you guys could buy it. I think it looks pretty sick though. It's pretty clean, minimal. It's just my logo header. If you guys go on my header, you guys can see it. But hit that subscribe button, like I said. Check out the links in the description. I think I've already said that like 5 times. But more importantly than everything else, I love every single one of you guys. And I hope I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out till then.